in the box. Tigers tie this game at 1.
It was a little nerve-wracking. Like, they're such a big name school, and like the way coaches and the teammates were like talking about them, like I got really nervous because I'm like, if I make a mistake, like they're going to capitalize on it, they're going to score on me, and they ended up doing that because I let them do that. I let them get in my head, and I got worked up when I really didn't need to.
Here she goes. Mimi Assam with the left foot will win the match for Princeton.
I thought we played really well. I thought we were a little bit unlucky not to get the result because we had some great chances in overtime in particular, with Maddie Gibson and Rochelle both being inside the box with great chances to score, and I would choose those two players to have those same opportunities again and feel very confident that the end result would be different.
And the result was different as conference play began.
Well, there's an interesting statistic out there that says 80% of the time you score first, you're going to get the result. So that hasn't worked all in our favor. So hopefully we'll get on the back end of that. If we don't score first, we'll come out with a couple of results that maybe we shouldn't have because it didn't work for us in that way. But I think scoring first just really sets the tone. You don't have to climb your way back into the game. And I think that for us, we are the biggest game on everyone's schedule in conference play, because we're 3-time regular season champions and teams really get up for us. So if we're able to score first, it doesn't allow them to dictate how the game is going to go.
I think it's good to get that edge, you know, that first goal, because everyone like gets really hyped when we score the first goal, but in the past we've not done well with keeping that you know, 2-0 lead. Like, we've let in a goal or so, which is not okay.
After a 2-1 win over Marist, the Hawks head home to face non-conference opponent Loyola.
Find a midfielder! Find a midfielder! Midfielder, want the ball, midfield! In that particular game, Loyola wanted it just a little bit more than us. Well, they're doing exactly what we were afraid they would do. They take everything we say and do it every single time, instead of just like play soccer.
Good ball played forward.
Wow.
I took that loss pretty hard, actually, personally. It's okay to lose, but she wasn't okay with us losing that game because she knows what we're capable of. So I think when we listen to her say things like that, we just take that and use it as motivation to be better.
Hey, so on that last one, 7 is way, if you're not marking anyone, something's wrong. I don't mind, you know, I don't get upset when we don't win games. I get upset when either the attitude or the work ethic or the competitive spirit is missing, because that's something that you can control. Okay, tonight I didn't think we competed as much. Okay, and I've told you this too from the first game, and I don't really like to keep repeating myself. Okay, but what did I say? Okay, one of the things that I said, besides the things that I already repeated to you before the game, was that you can't just come out here and play. Okay, do you guys agree? Yeah. Did you think it was the best we could play? Sometimes you can't control the outcome of the game, you can't control the weather, you can't control the officiating, but you certainly control, you know, your approach to the game and your work ethic and how hard you compete. And I think in that game, although we had chances to go ahead in the game, you know, when you give up 3 goals, it's going to be tough to beat anybody on our schedule.
Personally, like the 4 years I've been here, like we've lost maybe 4 games total, and then the fact that in one season we lost 4 games like so close to each other, and it was emotional for me, and I know for some other people, so like we just kind of said, can't lose anymore.
I think as a team we used that game as complete motivation to just step up our game and be better, because we can be, and once we all compete and all give it our all, then we know we have the game in our hands.
A disappointing result versus Loyola sends the players back to the basics.
I feel like by the time she would have gotten there, the girl could have taken a touch around her, so she should have just dropped with the line.
This is how I want us to receive it. So pretend that Miranda's a center back, Kane Roche is a wide back, just in terms of the style. Okay, so she's creating an angle, but she's still higher than Mir and Jess. Like Miranda playing you yesterday, and then you hitting that fly goal, Girardi, you playing Girardi, and Girardi opening up her hips to find either Julie or that holding midi. Okay.
As the Hawks turned their attention to Manhattan, the goalkeeper situation became a little more clear.
So me and Coach Allie, we just warm up. We just do crosses and stuff, and we bump shoulders, and it just popped. And I partially tore my trap muscle to my collarbone. So it kind of stinks right now.
She has such a bright personality and is just really easy to get along with. And I think that gives Amanda confidence in the fact that, yes, there's a senior goalkeeper who she was really competing with for starting minutes that now unfortunately is injured, but is still supporting her and still supporting the team.
That's the stuff. That's the stuff.
Getting the action, getting the experience, and like seeing the results happen has definitely helped me become more confident as a goalkeeper.
She looks to me as like a role model, and Coach has said it to me, so I just make sure that I do my part and I help her with hers. So.
Well, I think Amanda has a great presence, just stature-wise. You know, we're on her a lot about improving her presence as far as the communication and being more demanding. And I think that in the last 2 months since she's been here and been part of our program, her confidence in herself, continues to grow.
And that confidence spread throughout the team as they traveled to Fairleigh Dickinson.
One women's soccer match featuring the Hawks of Monmouth University.
It's a great problem to have as a coach, to have to make difficult decisions as far as the lineup goes, because I think within our team it's very difficult to pick. We have player of the game after each game, offensively and defensively. In the last few games, it's been a team award. We haven't picked 1 or 2 people.
I don't know, I feel like we just found it. We found the starting 11 that we need to just be the best we can be.
And I think when you have a lot of young players, it takes a little time to figure out, are they ready or are they not ready?
We have really good chemistry on the team. Each and every one of us trusts the person next to us on the field, so that if we're on a breakaway, we see someone else open and we pass to them, we know that they're gonna finish it, and we're not afraid to give someone else a chance to score because we know that they can and they're gonna finish it when they get the chance.
I think all along we felt that Madison Gibson was her best position is up front, but I think it took not scoring, for us to really pull the trigger on that. And I think the minute that we were able to put her up front, she scored 8 minutes after being up front against Manhattan. And, so I think that's a great addition to our roster.
Also, she's just such a good person to be around. She's always funny and laughing, and she just brings that energy onto the field. And putting her in the offensive line has really impacted us because she just can find the back of the net at any moment. And I just think we rely on her a lot for doing that. And she just knows how to beat people and she knows how to compete. So.
I mean, I'm gonna play wherever the team needs me to play, so it's not really a big deal to me, but I do prefer offense just because I've played it my whole life.
Away from the field, the Hawks have to focus on their academic responsibilities.
So I'm a chemistry major. I really just enjoy the subject itself. Since high school, I took AP chemistry senior year, and it was really the turning point for me. I was like, wow, this subject is something that I want to pursue. So I mean, obviously it's tough with soccer. So we usually have morning practices. So coach usually asks us to schedule afternoon classes or even late morning if we can. I keep a planner, definitely need to keep a planner. But I mean, I go to study hall, I'm constantly with my professors, and just to keep up with what I miss, if we have games or practices. So yeah, I just always stay on top of it.
Back on their home turf, Monmouth added to its winning streak with a convincing win over St. Peter's.
You want to demonstrate respect for the other team. You really don't want to get into double-digit scoring. At halftime, we told them that. In the second half, we were only going to score if they could use their head. And then we did have a freshman who took a corner kick that went directly in, and the bench didn't know if they should be celebrating or they should be concerned for her well-being. But I did feel, compassion for a few players who have played some minutes and haven't had a chance, to score goals. But that's the decision that we made as a staff, and I thought the players played a very nice second half with a lot of possession, but yet still trying to go forward at the same time.
Monmouth moved on to rival Ryder in a matchup of 2 undefeated teams.
okay? We want to win New Jersey, just like I've been saying to you for the past week, so here's the last opportunity to do that, okay? This is one of the games, okay, that I want to go play. Well, I think there's a few things, involved. Obviously, it was two teams that were competing for first place. Two, it's a New Jersey rivalry. Three, we've had a long-standing rivalry with them, as far as in the MAC. And, I think what was really important going into that game, their goalkeeper is very, very talented. So we just talked about not having the mentality just to shoot, but to shoot to score. We knew we were coming here to win, okay, and we did exactly what we're supposed to do, okay? But we're very proud of your effort, okay, and very proud of the performance, because it was fantastic.
It's just so nice, because it's a relief, and the bus rides home are more enjoyable. Just, I don't know, you're just happier, and I don't know, even like school is better, like everything just becomes better, and doing it with each other, I think, is the best part of it, and like, whether you're on the field or you're on the bench, you're always just happy to win.
I'm going to predict the future, a lot of wins and a lot of goals.
Stop!